Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm taking a break from doing body work because we got some new parts in. These are e-chassis shock tower reinforcements. This car, when I did the cage, I never brought the cage forward at all. I just ended it in the car. It was the light minimal cage was all I really needed. Now that I'm cutting up some of the front, I'm gonna add an anti-intrusion bar. Realistically, your race car should already have an anti-intrusion bar, or you should do this if you're caging your car. I never did. Most people weld right to the shock tower, and it's fine. The shock tower is a super structural part. You can weld back, but what I decided is to make this plate, and what this will do is this will reinforce the top of the shock tower. What I can do is I'm gonna move my coil over in like ½ an inch, but the slots go from the OEM position and just a ½ inch longer, so if you want a little bit more front camber, you can. And I open this up because my canister doesn't fit well through this hole. This is gonna be for road race. The drift one will essentially be the opposite. It would sit like this, and it'll have this cutout towards the outside of the car, and this is if you run a wide angle kit. Your WiseFab actually moves the shock tower out, or the strut outboard. And if you're drifting and you have a cage and you want to reinforce this because you want to cut all this out to run your WiseFab, this is going to be a great product for you. So this is going to be super easy. It's sitting in here. And like I said, we're just going to stitch weld this in. On the back side, it has a 90-degree flap, and we'll weld this to this side of the shock tower. Get around there, Kendra. You're doing great.
I broke my knee doing it.
Uh-oh. And then we're gonna weld a bar through this hole in the chassis, which already existed. I made a little extra notch. And this is gonna pick up the A-pillar bar at the floor back there. What this will do is, God forbid I ever run into a tire barrier or something and the wheel caves into this part of the body, that bar is gonna protect my little toe beans.
Your little toe beans?
My little toe beans. I need to keep my feet safe. So yeah, this is a really easy product. I mean, this will work if you have a stock car or a full-blown drift car. If you don't even need a cage to technically run this, like I said, if you're just running a WiseFab or you want a little bit more camber and you want to cut out your shock tower but not lose any of that rigidity, this is going to be the product for you. I already did some grinding. I obviously made sure this fit in the area before we started filming. So let's go grab the welder now and we can start tacking this. I am almost out of MIG gas, so we'll see how much of this I can do. Yeah, all right, come check it out. Now what I'll do is I'm gonna dremel out the OEM holes, that extra couple mils I have, and then we might just take the grinder and grind that out. I don't really know the best way to cut that out. So let's get to grinding, I guess. That'll be exciting. Oh yeah, one hole done. I'm gonna just cover the top of the coil over. Don't get too excited over there, babe. You know, we're just mashing holes and just... All right, now that we have the top hat where we like it, it's time to make the actual anti-intrusion bar. For that, we're gonna need a couple tools. I'm gonna use an angle finder, tape measure, and a laser pointer. So I'm gonna go inside the car use the angle finder with the laser pointer and point it up to the shock tower at where I want the other side of the bar to go to get the angle that I'll need to notch in it later. And then we'll just use a tape measure to get a rough distance. At the end, I'm gonna be trimming, you know, probably an inch or so off. I'd rather make 2 cuts than cut it short the first time. So let's make a bar. First cut's gonna be 52 degrees. That's gonna be the hole saw going through here, so that this side can meet up with the cage on the inside of the car. Didn't like the 50 degrees because this is too short, but we got it. So just clean up the end and we'll go measure in the car. All right, got the 2 blade in there. Now obviously we gotta cut the second half. Now we'll just make this cut and we'll slide it back down. This is the one that I'm probably gonna cut a 1/2 inch long and cut 3 times because I don't wanna ruin this piece of stick. So let's measure once and cut 5 times. This is it on the chassis down here, boom. Then we go out the hole up there. I gotta cut that little tab off right there. I had to extend that hole down, but let's go see the top. All right, so it's that little tab, but you can kind of see I'm trying to keep it as close to this and the wall as possible. Keep most of that reinforcement right there. I'm gonna probably weld a nut here so I can still make the crossbar, the OEM one. If I don't want to do that, depending on how the header works around here, I'll weld another bar from here to the top bar of the crossbar in the cage. But I think for now, I can get this tacked in. I'll probably have Sean do the welding because I can't TIG. And the MIG won't look as pretty, but...
Alright guys, it's Kendra here. I'm gonna film this outro for him because he's busy. So, he installed the anti-intrusion bar, so it goes from here up until here. He even spray painted it so it all looks nice for everybody. He welded the rest of the hole shut, and then it comes through. So it comes through up to there, and then it meets at the bottom of the cage down here. So we'll catch you guys in the next one. We got a lot of updates. We're pretty behind on some videos, but we're getting there. The wrap's getting done. It's coming together.